Good afternoon, and welcome to Church of the Palms. My name is Anna Marie Keither, and I am the Director of Music and Worship Arts here at the church. And it's a great pleasure that weekly we welcome our Lowcountry Youth Wind Symphony. I've had a hard time making sure I get all those in the right order. They are so wonderful to come and practice each Thursday evening, and it works out really great because I have my adult choir rehearsing while you guys are they probably don't think that's so great. They probably get tired of hearing us. But before I hand this over to our conductors, I just want to take care of some business, okay? Number one, we have restrooms. If you go out this door and head back, then in the little corner, you'll find restrooms there. And then if you go out this way, when you walk down the hallway to your left, you'll find restrooms. I think that's very important. Second, we are going to give you an opportunity to give what I would like to call a love offering or a donation before you leave. You might actually feel a little like we're trapping you because we will have one person at each exit on your way out with a basket to allow you to have the opportunity to help this group to continue with their great work. And third, please make sure your cell phones are on silent because there's nothing more sad than for the music to be in a wonderful moment and then all of a sudden we start hearing highway to whichever place it is, okay? So we would just ask that you take care of that. And now I am super excited to just hand this over to Miss Christina. There you go.
Good afternoon. My name is Christina Randall, and I am the band director at Hardyville Ridgeland Middle School. I have in Jasper County, right next door. I've been teaching there for about 20 years now, and we are so excited to continue what has been started with the Lowcountry Youth Wind Symphony, and it is comprised of students from both Beaufort and Jasper counties that like music and love music so much that they want to do that in their free time as well. So our goal has always been for our students to just want to make music without a grade. Because when they're in our classes at school, they do enjoy playing music, but they're also getting a grade for it. This is just for the pure enjoyment of playing, and that's what we want to instill in our students. So I am happy to have kind of taken the lead. We had a wonderful group of 4 people, including myself and Sherry and Dawn, who are here today, along with another wonderful woman named Cassie, who we came together and started this ensemble. And they all have kind of stepped back for various reasons. Life has taken them in different places, and we are so grateful for them for helping us start this wonderful ensemble, and I am grateful for these 2 wonderful women to help me continue it. So I would like to introduce KINSEY and KALLEY to you. I'm going to let them kind of tell you a little bit about themselves, and they have joined me in taking the lead with this ensemble.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is KINSEY Butler. I'm currently the band director at Bluffton Middle School. Been teaching band for 7 years now here in the Lowcountry area. I'm a clarinet player. So very happy to be here with the group.
Hello, everybody. My name is KALLEY LAYMON, and I teach at H.E. McCracken Middle School. And I did want to point out that most of these students this is their second concert this week, so they've already gone through a concert, and they've been doing a lot of work. So I just wanted you guys to know that. We're going to go ahead and get things started. We're going to wake everybody up with our first piece, and that's Forward March by MURTHA. There's not much of a story to it, except for it's lively. It's meant to teach students a lot of articulations and stylistic characteristics of marches. I'm sure you've heard of John Philip Sousa, the sousaphone. That was created so that way bands could move around and perform pieces. So we're going to get started with Forward March.
Our next piece is titled December Sky by ERIK Morales. And I'm just going to read what the composer wrote about it because there is a little bit of a story behind it. He starts with the quote, "On a crisp, cold night in December, she gazes upward and stands in awe of the heavens. She realizes that the earth is only a tiny part of something much greater." This scenario provides the backdrop for this composition, which was inspired by the night sky as viewed by his 6-year-old from their home in Louisiana. It begins with the theme and the clarinets, and the rest of the ensemble gradually reveals itself, as if one discovers a star not previously noticed in the sky. The music reaches its climax at measure 34, where we are humbled by the sheer multitude of stars in the sky and realize our place in the universe. The piece ends with the twinkling stars portrayed by the flute, clarinet, and bells.
The next piece we'll be performing for you is called As Winds Dance by Sam HAZO. This piece features a repeated pattern that you'll hear passed around the band when we layer it in different ways, so hope you enjoy As Winds Dance.
So I wanted to give you a little idea of what happens to get this together, especially with a group like this. Many of you are the band parents of these students, so you know what happens when your child is rehearsing for a concert at their own school. It's a little different when you're dealing with students from multiple schools. So we started rehearsals. We have rehearsals on Thursday nights, and we had to contend with a lot of different things. We contended with the fact that we have high school and middle school at the same time, so we have some different ability levels. We contend with COVID. So if there's a deemed quarantine or if somebody's just not feeling well, we obviously want to be safe too. So we have absences for that. So and then the last 2 weeks, we didn't have the whole group here because there was a concert one night that some of them were involved with. There were basketball games that people were cheering at and playing basketball at because we have multi-talented students. You know, that's a great thing. But I don't think this group has actually rehearsed 100% together. Have we had maybe one rehearsal where everybody's been here? So when we started, these guys have probably about 10 pieces in their folder. Because we were just like, okay, we got to figure out what's going to work. Because we're all coming from different places, so we all have to kind of compromise on music and what's going to work for the ensemble. And so we started, and we were talking as we were finishing up warm-up today. We walked away going, wow, we've come a long way. For any of the parents that were sitting in those first two rehearsals, you can probably agree with us. The first two rehearsals were like, okay, everybody's coming off of virtual and COVID, and okay, we're going to be okay. It's going to be all right. And they have come to this, which is amazing. And we're very proud of their progress and how much they have adapted and adjusted with us, too, because they're seeing different people in front of them. So I just wanted to point that out. Sometimes you don't see what happens behind the scenes. I also want to take a moment to thank some people. We have 2 songs left, and they're kind of our holiday gifts to you all. But I want to thank a few people that without them, we would not be able to do what we're doing in this location. Church of the Palms has taken us in and they take care of us. They provide us a space that we don't have to worry about financially. They provide so much more. Anna Marie, I don't know how to thank you. She keeps me on point because all 3 of us have band director jobs, and these last 2 weeks we've been stretched very thin. So she emails me weekly. Don't forget about this. Remember, I emailed you about this. Don't forget about this. Could you send that to me today? Because if you don't, you're not going to get this. So she has been just amazing, and I really appreciate you for doing that because I know that is in addition to your regular job. So thank you so much. And I need to thank Pastor Pete. Thank you so much because you were instrumental in allowing this to happen when we started, and you have continued to support us along with your church members and church family, and we are so appreciative of all of you. Thank you so much. So we are going to end with 2 songs that are a little more holiday-esque, but a little more fun. We're going to start that with Deck the Halls with Chips and Salsa. So you can imagine it's got Deck the Halls and some chips and salsa. So here's Deck the Halls with Chips and Salsa by Ed Huckeby. forgot one thing. I mistakenly left a student name off of the program, and it's like the worst feeling in the world when that happens, and it's my fault. So I want to make sure I recognize that student and that family. If you would like a copy of the program with your child's name on it, I'm happy to provide that. I have that available. I can send it to an email, or I can print it out for you. Xander is our tenor sax and oboe player. He's multi-talented, and we're very appreciative of him being here.
Before we get into their last song, I just want to, I've got to thank you ladies. After I am a 32-year public education teacher, and I know what they do on a daily basis, and that's why I'm not doing it still. But music education and music itself is very important to us here at Church of the Palms. And just to show that, we have a little gift of appreciation. We want to, we don't want to ask you to do something that we're not willing to do ourselves. So our music department here wants to give this group a $500 check in order to provide more education and more opportunities. And because without moments like this, we wouldn't have our musicians that we need when we are doing things in our own communities, right? And besides, we know what the gift of music gives you guys. So thank you so much for sharing it today. So don't forget, we will have people at the doors. All right. And I have to say, I forgot people's names on the program this morning, too, for our cantata, so I know exactly how that feels. But I forgot to say that our hospitality committee, part of our nurturing committee, would like to invite you to come back to where they normally practice in the Christian education building. I never get that right. Okay, good. But that we have a little cookie social for you back there. So please feel free to come back and join us. And now I'm through.
Thank you so much for this, and thank you for providing that cookie reception as well. Parents and families and church members, thank you so much for being here and supporting our students today. Families, thank you so much even more, because you make sure our children are here on Thursday nights, and I know that that is a late night for so many of us, and for a lot of them, they're going from a rehearsal to another one. Thank you for that support. I know. Thank you for that support. We couldn't do this without you all. And we really, really, really appreciate you. Thank you.
Real quick before we end the concert, I just wanted to say that we are taking a break for the holidays, but we will be back in the spring semester starting in the beginning of February. We have some fantastic musicians up here that we're looking forward to working with again, but if you know someone in your community, a neighbor, a family member, we would love to continue to increase our the amount of students that we have and to welcome more students into our group. So spread the word. We would love to add some more next semester. So we're going to end with a slightly different take on a very classic holiday song. This is Secret Agent's Sugar Plum. So it takes the Nutcracker Sugar Plum theme and marries it with some more interesting. So again, thank you so much, and this is Secret Agent Sugar Plum.
have a wonderful holiday season and a safe season as well. We'll see you next year.